But this morning, we're going to watch maybe a tale of two cities to see if New York can do this thing as they reopen offices and hair salons.
Well, I've got to tell you, I think that New York is taking a big risk because New York has been number one. I mean, when you have the least COVID, I guess maybe you could say it's time to open up. But I also think that it's great to be the least COVID for a little bit. I know you have to do it because there are too many businesses that are going to go under. It's just been too long and the cash flow is too low. I just worry about a bit of a spike because it's great to be a state that you feel safe in. And yes, I want I don't have to worry about my hair being cut, but yes, I want these businesses open. Yes, I want them to get cash flow. No, it's been just a delight to be, haven't lost vigilance, but to be a little less nervous on a Father's Day. Pretty good.
Yeah. Interesting. You know, Kudlow a moment ago just saying that he does not anticipate another nationwide lockdown. But one thing that Friday did demonstrate is that companies like Apple and cruise lines will curtail their own operations if they sense any need for caution. Well,
it's like the shift from New York to the rest of the country is pretty monumental. However, they know how to handle it better. That's really important. They know what it's really about, that it's not just respiratory. So I think the hospitalizations to fatality is much, much better. And that matters tremendously to me, to everyone.
Yeah, the good news is, of course, Mr. Kudlow was quick to hit, is the death rate is way down. Also, perhaps, guys, a result of the fact that in places like Florida in particular and some of these other hot spots, the population getting it is younger.
Yeah.
And obviously, therefore, in a much better position to weather the virus. And so maybe there is at least some success in terms of those people who are more vulnerable not participating. But we've talked about that a lot, Jim, in terms of the impact that's going to have on the overall economy. When you do have 10 or 20% of people who are simply not really in a position to participate in economic activity, at least in terms of going out and doing things.
Well, there is just this kind of bizarre, let's say, hopeful world versus the world that we have. And I think it's centered to me on sports. The NFL is acting like, please don't worry. I mean, the season's going to start. But we've had colleges, students come back, and the number of outbreaks of COVID are so great that it's hard to imagine that one team with an outbreak of COVID having to play another team that doesn't. So I think there's an unrealistic nature of what can come. And I think that we have to be aware that that things have just changed forever until they stop this thing. A vaccine, yes, it's great that China was able to cut it the way they did, but look, life's not going to turn back the way it was until a vaccine. I think everyone seems to be in denial about that in Washington.